Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lumi here, back with another reading, and this is going to be a combination of the full moon Aquarius and the Lion's Gate peak at 8/8. 8/9 today. We still have some major energy influences going on, astrologically speaking. The Sun conjunct Jupiter yesterday, and then following that was the moon conjunct Jupiter, and then moon conjunction with Uranus. Then Mercury trining Jupiter, and then Uranus. Following up, we got a full moon Aquarius. A lot has taken place with this North Node in Aquarius. So, from the brawl that has taken place, that's being turned into a national holiday, to court cases where we still have question marks, to just a lot of information coming out with still some mystery to it, but it's quickly getting to the bottom of things at the same time. Shout out to our ascended ancestors over in the West Coast and the Pacific Oceania. May they have peace at this time as they go through evacuations with the wildfires in Hawaii. May they have peace, send them love, and may they all know that the divine is with them. Okay? So let's get into this message using the Beyond Lemuria. Okay? I wanted to use this because the Lionsgate portal is actually about a connection between Siris, Orion, and Earth. Okay, so with this alignment taking place, there's a lot of connections between Sirius and Orion here with Earth that we're coming online to, that we're still, learning as we go. And then Sirius being connected to Isis, and then even Orion also being connected to those energies as well, where usually during this time of year, the Nile floods, rendering the new year, fertility, abundance coming in. And this is a time of, the year where, for the northern hemisphere, we're in the midst of the dog days, where it's the hottest time of the year, right? And that's connected to the Canis Major constellation, right? So, with that being said, there's a lot of, galactic information or channeling that can definitely take place at this time. If you're paying attention and open to it, we can definitely be receiving more downloads or more synchronicities about the path in which we should be walking or going into, because it brings us more abundance, fertility, whether physical for the fertility or just fertility as far as, having the abundant mindset that you can actually grow the things you want to grow. You can grow in, money, family, presence. You can grow in, your self-love, self-care routines. You can grow bonds with your family, all while we're going through this Mercury shadow and Venus retrograde at the same time, along with, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto also retrograde, but Chiron also retrograde. All these retrogrades are going on at the same time. We have this energy to completely push and move forward. Now, that can create indecisive, energy. However, the main focus with any retrograde, regardless of the planetary energy, is for you to, yes, there's a revisit of situations or circumstances, but it's all about going back to the inner self and awakening, realizing what you have accomplished and what you do better, where your do betters are. So with the do better, the tying up loose ends, getting rid of things that's no longer serving you now that you have a chance to review, which retrogrades also bring, is reviews. You can receive as well what needs to be received. And with the portal being open from the end of July to almost mid-August, it closes the 12th with that lineup with Siris, Orion, and Earth. And you know, Sirius is a binary star. So here we have the, I always have a hard time pronouncing it, like Lemniscate. It's the figure 8, the infinity symbol, right? And then Osiris, Orion constellation is included. And we have a lot of history here where the Dogon people, the Dogon or the Dogon people, I don't know how to exactly pronounce it, so excuse me, of Africa, they were very well versed in astrology or astronomy, and they were able to see these stars without all the modern technology that we even have today. So they knew and was fully aware of the capabilities that these energy had on Earth. And then Earth being an energy within itself that's alive and vibrating, a lot is being, you know, done here on Earth. We're receiving a lot of information with solar flares and things of that nature. So, and then also being linked back with, you know, the Dogon people was Yasigi. That was an energy of a goddess that was all about, you know, living in your truth, being open, being honest, you know, and not holding back in who you are. And that's the time of year it is. This is, you know, sun is home in Leo. All right. And people talk a lot about ego and getting rid of it and killing your ego and ego death. And as we all know by now, death is not a final, it's not a period, it's really a comma. All right. And we're coming to the understanding that we experience many deaths throughout, you know, our cycle here on Earth, because there are endings and beginnings every single day, you know, in our time structure, every single day that happens and take place. And then there's those, you know, simulations of death, many deaths where one cycle of our life is ending because another one is beginning. So this experience portal as us walking into, you know, a new chapter or having a new attitude, even about what we are here to do moving forward, with also recognizing what is not going to go with us with all these retrogrades combined. So we're going to get a quick message, a channel message here from these divine, highest light beings who are, you know, a part of the creation of, you know, the human experience in one way, shape, or form, including Earth. All right. And 3 is the magic number. All right. That is about expression, self-expression even. So let's see what messages does in the highest light during this time. And that full moon, Aquarius, is your energy about, you know, being authentic, finding your unique gifts, talents, skills, and abilities, because the following week we had that peak of, you know, portal energy where you really have to own it and not look back and not second guess yourself. Be firm in who you are. And right now we're going through this moon in Taurus with this conjunction with Jupiter, Uranus, and this Mercury trine that's in shadow, where we are able to see how this can grow. We're able to see what is the necessary step-by-step we can take to success and nurture it, you know, practically nurture it, okay? And then going into this moon Gemini, okay, we are going to square off with the energy of Neptune, but there's going to be a sextile with the North Node by the end of the Moon Gemini transit. Okay, so with that sextile, there could definitely be a lot of communication. Of course, Aries, Mars energy, where it could be it can get combative, or it can seem like some shit starting is going on. But honestly, some things just need to be a direct, straight up conversation that needs to be had, even if it's with yourself or with another person, where you can wrap up during this descending moon phase whatever was holding you back, allowing yourself to learn, be open to learning new things from people, especially when it comes to the path that you really want to take in life. You have to be open to learning new things. So what's being transformed? We have the violet flame. How are we using this flame? Okay, what are we recognizing about the violet flame in our lives? The violet flame 52 breaking down to a 7. This has a lot to do with, you know, us being in a meditative state, going deep within ourselves and pulling out or recognizing off top the things that we want to separate ourselves from, that we want to get rid of, and throwing it into that violet flame to never be seen or heard from again. Excuse me. Supporting this is the portal keeper 50, which is God backing the changes that are taking place at this time. So the portal keepers are going to support you getting rid of those habits, those people, those connections, you know, putting them more into the background to the point where you don't even recognize them anymore. So the challenge here is freedom. Okay, and what I'm hearing is freedom of expression. So we have mirror numbers here with 52 and 25, both are 7s, where you're able to, on the outside, you know, have the change, but on the inside create the balance. To express that change with here, on the outside is the balance or the cooperation to go along with the change. So yeah, you can get rid of things, yeah, you can eliminate things, but you also have to start to live and create a routine where you're not going back to those things either. You continue to move forward, you replace them with more healthy things. So if you do have some sort of addiction, whether it's social media or something a little bit more serious, when you're replacing one for the other, you want it to be healthy. You want it to be something that's going to push you into, again, the path that you are aligned to, that you know you are aligned to, because there's a divine purpose in this. And the challenge with this freedom card is, if you don't see your opportunity as a get out of jail free card, you can ruin it by having the wrong perspective when it comes to elimination, separation. Okay, what we may try to hold on to can very well be the same things we need freedom from in order for us to be on this path to ascension. So the spiritual lesson in all of this is evolution, which 24, 6, being more discerning about how we're going to use our power moving forward. Being more discerning when you recognize your power is talking to you, is leading you in the right direction, and not resisting out of comfort. Evolving does require acceptance of change, and it also requires acceptance of new era, new place, new people, new. Acceptance of new, of not needing to know everything, of acceptance of not needing to be perfect, acceptance in taking your time, acceptance in this is not a race. Okay, evolve beyond that. And our sign of progress in this is we start to recognize how much we are a starseed elemental here in this space. Getting back to our childlike energy. At the bottom we have ground chakra. the unlimited self with the number 9, number of wisdom, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and get the tarot here before we get into the activation cards. So let's go ahead and just break each of these, clarify these. I want to say clarification. Okay, so ultimately we want to go ahead and, allow the lotus flower to be open. The first thing that was coming to mind when I was looking at this crown chakra card is that interview with Terrence Howard when he was saying, explaining how he opened the flower of life petal by petal. That's the first thing that I thought of, Pisces. Shout out to him for giving so much knowledge in such a, delicate and beautiful way, only a Pisces can do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is this violet flame. Okay. Violet flame. Okay, so I'm going to just take them off the top. I don't want to shuffle and pull cards because this deck is too hard on my hands. Open up. Alright, so violet flame, we have the 6 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 6 again of Cups. Okay, so we always know the 6 of Wands is about victory, and then the 3 of Pentacles usually indicates a contract or an agreement that's being made, or something being created in the physical realm so things can move forward and work out. And then the 6 of Cups is a card that is related to nostalgia, but this is a challenge when it comes to things working out. Again, you have the ability to succeed moving forward, doing things in flow with yourself and the physical, yourself and the spiritual, and working with the overall universal energy that keeps everything humming and bumming. Okay? Understanding that all of this is one. Okay? All of this is one. It's just that it kind of, funnels down to the 3D. The all, being connected to your higher self, having that relationship, just you and the higher self, the higher mind, and then you recognizing yourself as a physical being. And this could be broken down and spoken as if they're separate things, but they're all one. They're still all one. Getting back to those memories of what it feels like to be one with everything. So when you do separate, or when you do finally, choose to throw whatever it is you need to throw away into that violet flame, it's going to work out. It's definitely going to work out, and you will gain success. That's what we're looking for, of course. We're going to gain success. We didn't come here to torture ourselves. Okay, that's not what we're here to do. Okay, so we got this 636 here on the 7. So what you choose to do on your spiritual path, it may be about you fixing or correcting old karmic paths, old karmic ways, old karmic relationships, and getting and working yourself out of that so you can see yourself for who you truly are. And accepting it. Portal Keeper, Knight of Swords, 10 of Wands. Okay, we got some completion going on. And the 6 of Swords, we got another 6, 3 6s so far, 666. Okay, so with 3 6s, that's automatically a message about, not being so stuck on the physical that you forget the spiritual. Okay, the metaphysical, or the elementals, is what build the physical, the things unseen becoming seen. Don't forget that path. The portal keepers are reminding us here that it is time to take action, because whatever work we were doing before is done. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward, and the gates are open for us to move forward. Okay, the sun is out here. We're sailing, moving forward. Okay, and you can may physically be done acting on the things because you spoke up, you spoke what you wanted into existence. You allowed the universe to go ahead and wrap that up. So now you're out of that space, you're out of that environment. You're wrapping up those habits, Sag, mutable energy. But the mind, Aquarius, are you still fixated on the past, or are you fixated on what your future holds? Freedom. We have judgment, pay attention. Temperance, heal. With the Queen of Swords, head over heart decision making. Freedom. Recognizing that you are free. No matter what the circumstance, the situation, you are free. You have freedom to enjoy things however you would like to. But it is based on perspective. It is based on if you're aware of it or not, so that you can make the decision, Queen of Swords, on how you want to exercise your right to your freedoms. There's definitely going to be a lot going on as far as civil unrest that will be coming up and taking place in more places, or at least we'll be hearing more about it, because a lot of this has already been going on in different parts of the world, but we haven't been privy to the knowledge or the information because of blackouts in the media. So a lot of that is about to come up, but it's important that we get that information or that news so we can become more enlightened on this path, not afraid, but enlightened to the freedoms that we truly do have, that we may have been jerked out of, signed out of, talked out of, coerced to believe different. But the uprising and the awakenings that are taking place in other countries besides the U.S. is to remind us that we actually have way more freedom and power than we may have realized. And a lot of it again starts with going back to that ultimate connection to the almighty energy, presence, source. So evolution. We have Two of Wands, going in a new direction, new chapter with the World card, backing that up, new chapter. And then the Moon, we don't know what our evolution actually is going to be, what it's actually going to look like. We just know that we have new plans, new to-do list, new enthusiasm, new perspective, okay? New chapter turned. The Moon card is about also with this evolution addressing those fears by choosing to feel the fear and do it anyway. Take a step forward, okay? And remember, you're not alone. You're not alone. And the Moon goes into Cancer. We're going to go back and feeling reignited to do something with all that initiation going on with the nodes in Aries, Libra, and then the Pluto in Capricorn retrograde, with the Moon going to be opposing that in Cancer. So we're going to go back to that energy where we have this need or this overwhelming urge to just go ahead and do it, and take the step forward. Take the leap of faith forward. See things differently. Allow yourself to be, motivated to do something new. Be excited about being disciplined. Be excited or thrilled to do the things you need to do. Be excited about getting yourself to do the things you also need to do. Okay, address those fears head on. Now when it comes to tapping into that inner child energy. Empress, that's who takes care of the children, the childlike energy, the nurturing, you know, the mothering or smothering, as they would like to say. The Empress is all the queens combined, right? So this is mastery with this trump card here. This is mastery. You know how to tap into this inner child you have and address those fears by taking action on the things that make you happy. Taking the time to address any childhood wounds you may still be carrying that you may need to release. Taking the time to nurture your childhood self, the one that knew things were limitless. The energy of knowing that everything is an opportunity if you see it that way. We have the Page of Wands, again, childlike energy, excitement, enlightenment. And the Queen, ooh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Fire energy, yet again with these sunflowers here. Okay? With the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. But with the Starseed Elementals tapping back into, you know, that invigorating childlike energy, it does require nurturing. It does require us to maintain that spark as well, so that we can learn to, again, focus our energy on this Queen of Wands energy, which is related to the Aries, Sag, Leo energy. We are in Leo season during this time. So it's about acknowledging who you are, acknowledging your flame, your inner flame, acknowledging your presence, acknowledging what makes you feel loved, what makes you feel seen by yourself. How do you see yourself? How do you congratulate yourself? How do you love yourself? How do you educate yourself? How do you cheer yourself on? Because when you establish that from page to queen, where you're mastering your fire, you're mastering your flame, you're mastering that solar plexus energy, everyone is going to see that, right? Because we already here have the Six of Wands. So other people have probably already acknowledged your greatness. People have already acknowledged your gifts, your talents, your skills, your abilities. And they may be actually encouraging you to do more because they've seen it in you all along. And maybe you've known this already too, all along. But there's been roadblocks that are trying to get you to, again, open up and wake up to the source behind it. Where is that connection? How is that connection going? Are you still making it a relevant part of your life so that you can sail forward into, again, deflowering that crown chakra, being the unlimited self? Because this is constant work. This is not a one-time thing. This happens, this gate, this portal, this full moon, takes place every year. And every year you get to go through and see how much progress have you truly made with yourself. And it will show through your fire, your actions. And the action can be something as small as you may making a 12-month plan for yourself, 18-month plan for yourself. That's a small action that you can do. Another action you can be doing is making yourself known to those who you would like to work with. You know, making yourself known to those friendships, business, or otherwise, that you're here, you're present, and you want to move forward with them. Okay, new chapter, world card. So what activations are we connecting with the most during this Leo season, with this portal and full moon and Jupiter Uranus, and then this cardinal cross? That's what's going to take place. Mercury going retrograde, overlapping the Venus retrograde. And it's nothing to be concerned or scared of. And I wish people would stop spreading, you know, information and try to make people scared or feel like they can't do anything. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, because at the end of the day, yes, we do have free will, where we can call in the energy that we speak to align with us, whether it's for the higher or the lower good of us. But at the end of the day, we still came here with a purpose, and that purpose must be fulfilled. So no matter how off course you feel like you may have gone, you can still wrap that shit up and get right back into the game. Okay? Now this, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna take these on the floor, but I will look at these. So, okay, so we have this one, unconditional trust. Unconditional trust brings relief to my heart, fresh energy to my mind, and I am gently lifted into joy. A feeling of playfulness awakens in my heart now. I dare to open myself willingly, faithfully, and lovingly to what is and what shall be. The universe looks out for me, has my best interests at heart, and acts for my highest good. I rest in sacred companionship with the Divine Mother and am open to a higher frequency reality. I am so free, graceful, and blessed that I am an inspiration for others. Yes, absolutely. And then we have here this one, Angel Uziel and Smoky Quartz, Heavenly Mercy. I am powerful and gentle. I express my strength with kindness and grace. I give myself the space I need to choose how I wish to respond to others. My energy field attracts spiritual light, which I share with others through goodwill, encouragement, and prayers for the greatest good for all beings, which definitely aligns with this freedom energy here, most definitely. I walk through this world with love and awareness, gratitude and grace. I am merciful towards myself and others, and rely upon compassion and wisdom to guide me from within. Absolute. And we have this one here, Goddess Ishtar and Astrophilites, Daring Rebirth. With radical optimism and unconditional trust, I embrace and embody a new emanation of my higher self. I welcome my innate spiritual capacity for rebirth. With boldness of spirit, I allow myself to be transformed. I am willing. I am ready. I trust in endings as the hallmarks of new cycles of grace and fruition in my life. My soul is luminous and victorious with the sacred power of the phoenix. I rise. Yes, yes. And last but not least, that fire red, right? Ascended Master Luz, I forgot how to pronounce this. Luzu? I forgot how to pronounce this. I met a guy that was his first name. Okay, and it says Zensite. Zensite is the crystal. Descending power. The drive to manifest my spiritual light is powerful and purposeful. Divine light is awakening in my body now. The creative fire in my soul shines into this world, bringing light and warmth to all hearts. I choose to live my soul wisdom in simple, practical ways. I utilize my intention to become grounded and present, increasing my inner radiance. I apply my spiritual principles to all aspects of my life, and my soul aspirations are realized. Definitely correlating with this energy here. Okay, so that's the message I have all together. At the bottom we have citrine, your time to shine, most definitely. So if you don't have these crystals, you can definitely pick them up. However, this is a general reading for, you know, the collective regarding the full moon, Lion's Gate, and all the other energies we have taking place at this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like a personal reading, you can definitely shoot me an email or log on to my website, which will be available in the description box below. If you're new or returning, welcome. I know I probably should have started off with that. But definitely leave a like, share, comment on for the video to help the channel grow. I definitely would appreciate that. Should this reading resonate with you in any way, shape, or form in the highest frequency, go ahead and leave a comment below and share your, you know, positive feelings about this message. Okay. Have a happy August. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be well.